Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are here back on the bridge, and today, yes, we will be going over the newly updated ESD that is now live on PC. So for that, captains, do us a huge favor, hit that like button to help the channel out. But also, if you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing here to the YouTube bridge. We're always on the lookout for like-minded captains to share our love, passion for Star Trek Online, but also things Star Trek. Now, that said, here we go. Yes, captains, quite a surprise. A couple of videos ago, we were actually wondering when the new updated ESD would go live. And, well, here it is. It is now live. And we saw this patch note here, which we'll put on screen quickly from the actual X feed. So we had here, there was a maintenance there that was done today, and we go over it here. So general, we have a little surprise for all of you PC captains, a Earth space dock update. Let's go. Updated the exterior system space model of ESD. The docking bay has been replaced with something that matches the exterior model. Updated minor parts of the interior of ESD. And then, of course, for more information, you go over to this blog, and that's the blog we actually went over already. Here showing all the updates there. And I believe that was like a week ago, a couple weeks ago, but we've already went over that. So what I want to do in this vid is actually go over the exterior changes live, and if there's just any changes from the last time we were there live on Triple, and I believe that was the last video or a couple of videos ago. And then go in the interior, check that out, and then give our conclusion. So as you can see here, we are at the docking bay. We wanted to start here because it was kind of fitting. This is how we were introduced to the Enterprise F there in Picard Season 3. And wow, the change that they made, that Tumor Boy made, shout out to you, sir, is quite night and day. And it looks absolutely better here with all the lighting. It looks much more vibrant and closer to what we saw on screen, and of course closer to what was the old ESD. As you can see here, we wanted to start here. Looks like we got shoved a little bit here, but that's okay. It happens. Now, it did say that we can actually move our camera in and out and look from the outside, from the inside, which you can, which is pretty cool in my opinion. You can go in pretty far, so you can get some really good shelfies here. But we're leaving ESD. We're gonna have a quick look-see here, but the lighting again of ESD they've added, so it looks absolutely more lively there. Now, in the last video that we were on Shribble, we checked to see where McKinley's station at, and it was actually here beside these dock stations. They actually moved it a little further out, which makes a little bit more sense. Actually, I was thinking that they should move it a little out, and they did. And on the map there, it's right there. You can kind of see it there. It's not too far out from where it was, because on Shribble there, it was like right beside the docking stations, but it's actually right a little pushed out right there a little further, which is good. I think it's kind of cool to have it pushed out there. Now, the one thing that really kind of sucks is we lost that station that was on the old ESD map that was way further out over on this area here of the map, but it's gone now. But they have replaced it with a bunch of other little tiny details, which we'll go over, which are more docking stations here. And in that blog, I did mention that they were scattered on the map at different heights as well. And of course, here is the Enigma Nebula here. Kind of good that it's away from everything, which kind of makes sense. Still has that noise there. Of course, there's the moon. Captain's comment below if you remember the moon there, an old ESD map that you can actually go visit. I actually miss doing that, but now both the moon and the Earth now is a place that we can't actually orbit, which kind of sucks. But so again, you have those docking stations that we just passed there, but you also have now these new ones. over here, and this is kind of like where we used to warp in this area. We'll actually leave the map and come back in to show the warp in point. But as you can see, there's new docking stations there, and on the map here, press M, there are these stations that they've just scattered throughout the map here, so you can see them. You see there's one over there, and they're at different heights, which is kind of cool. I think this one imitates the one we saw in the TMP. And again, they said that there's like no more collision here, so that we can just kind of dock in. Oh, good job, Helm. You're drunk. Go home. Go to your quarters. But you can kind of dock a little more easier here without having any collisions and take some great shots. Look at that. And Helm made up for it for a perfect parking spot. Which that looks absolutely awesome. I'm glad they made that decision doing that, because yeah, you can definitely take some really cool pics of your ship docked there in these docking stations, and that's what we're doing now. We're taking selfies. Yes, we are. Because selfies is still life, the true end game. So there's that. There's a station there. Again, you can kind of just go over the map here and see where they are at the different heights and such, which is cool. You can see a lot of probably captains going to be parking here, having their ships all docked here. I wish they maybe would have moved that station that was there maybe over here. Don't know why they would have just removed it all completely, but it is what it is. As you can see, there's like different style of docking stations there as well. And yeah, they're just littered throughout the map here. And again, if you want to have a look at where they are, you can just press M, and then you can see where they are there. It looks great. I really can't complain. The majority of our videos that we make, if we make a video us in orbit, will definitely now be here, and you see, because it's just the lighting is good and the Earth looks absolutely amazing, very vibrant blue with the green and the clouds moving there. So better than the brown, in my opinion. But it'd be definitely so nice to just kind of visit the other side of the planet, but it's okay. Again, Earth looks absolutely amazing. Of course, the station itself is looking pretty good, in my opinion. So yeah, you can get some really beautiful selfies here. Captains, I can't wait to see the selfies you take and share on the Discord if you're a part of that. If you're not, feel free to join. We'll leave that link in the description. But yeah, ESD, again, the only kind of complaint I had about this was the fact that it was shorter, but it is what it is. They added the pods there. The lighting looks absolutely amazing. So we're going to head over inside now, have a quick look at the interior, because I did say they made some changes. And I did check it out, of course, before recording the video. We'll just go all the way in here, see how when they stop us. So we are... Ooh, that looks so good. And then you can do that. Oh, that looks so cool. And then be automatically just shifted in. So that camera flick that you see, Caps, happens when my HUD is off and I transition to a new map. So my apologies there, but this is where it brings us here. I thought it was just going to directly transport us, but this kind of makes sense. So what's new here in the interior? Well, the ship layout here now is finally updated, and it shows, of course, the Yorktown. That should be the Enterprise. Yeah, there it is. It is the Enterprise F, the NCC 1701F. You can make that out. So that's cool. She's there. It would have been nice if we were on the exterior and still can see these, but that may be asking too much. So, of course, you have the Enterprise, you have the Shran, the Pathfinder there, a Clark. I believe that ship there is the Somerville, Olympic, the Nebula, the Typhoon, Vesta there being hidden there behind. The Gagarin, Stargazer, and I believe that's the Edison, if I'm not mistaken. So I wish they would have kind of moved it where you can see the deflector better here on the Odyssey. Because that's one of my favorite changes that Thomas did to the Odyssey was the deflector. But so there's that update. That's looking really, really good. The one they mentioned, of course, as well is the docking station that they replaced. Thing there to have the new Type 14 shuttles there. I wish they would replace this. It's gonna be here with the runabout with the actual new shuttle there, but that's okay. At least we can see it there. Of course, we can't access it there. I remember in the old ESD map, oh, look at that, you can see the ships there. That's cool. That there was some shenanigans to be had, and that shenanigans was for us to be able to make it all the way on the other side of this map. I don't know why they restrict. And you can see there, one of the new shuttles there coming in. Looking good. Why they restrict this here? I mean, I don't see the harm in us just kind of being here on this area, but it is what it is. They have locked us out, but wish they would just replace these shuttles, or at least the runabout, with the Type 14. But that's okay. Now we're gonna head over to Admiral Quinn's office. Last thing that we'll look here, and it's just a quick update. This just went live today as the drop of this video. But it looks good. I like the changes. I definitely like the changes. So we did already see this on Tribble, but now we don't have that kind of map area here. They've replaced that had all the ships there. Now we have this over here, which is kind of cool. I wish they kind of would have made one of these panels here on the wall kind of like a live thing, some sort of hologram or something. Of course, we have this here, that showing the new model here. I think we used to be able to run in the middle there, if I'm not mistaken, but we can't do that anymore. There it is. Before we saw the ships kind of moving there around the station, but they can't do that anymore, and they actually even mentioned that. So it looks pretty cool. Now, lastly, one of the things that they had mentioned is they have a galaxy warping in and out, and there it is. We just caught it on the way out. I saw it already, kind of timed. It's about a 4 to 5 minute window now to see the full actual video of it. I have it right here of it warping in and out, and I want to point something out to you cats. I recorded this earlier. There, as you can see, it's warping in. It's about a minute or so from the time it warps in to warp out. And the loop of it coming back into warp position, the starting position, is about 4 minutes-ish. At least the time that I timed it the first time. But as you can see there, it's gonna do something quite noticeable there. It looks. I love it when I saw it there. Of course, Galaxy Captain, as you know, is one of my favorite, or is my favorite ship of Star Trek there. But right about here, when it comes to the front of the window, is when it changes colors. It has a light show going on. And I'm not sure that's because due to before warping out. It's the only ship I noticed that does that, because as you can see here, there's other ships kind of passing here, but it is changing color. But you know, it wasn't as bad, though. I guess the Avenger there did it too. I guess we caught that as well. But I thought I'd point that out. I thought it was a detail. At least the walker there doesn't change. The Avenger actually did right there. But as you can see, also the Earth map is of what it was before on Tribble, the more brownish. I don't mind it, not necessarily a bad thing, but it's a detail that you definitely notice. But we'll head back out here, and then we'll show you, captains, as well, where it kind of places you when you leave and when you enter the Sol System map. But overall, it's a great change. I do welcome it, minus the not being able to fly around the Earth anymore. Because I used to love just kind of pick random spots around the Earth, because you can find some really good spots. So this is where it kind of your positioning when you leave ESD. Now, the one thing I noticed, that warp bin position is different, or at least when I was checking it out earlier. So leaving map, and then we'll come back in there. Of course, they've shoved us all the way here. You think they would just kind of shove us out over there, but... So entering the Sol System, you're kind of back where those random docking stations are, those different heights. The new map is so good, it takes a while to load in, apparently. But the station again looks oh, why is there really? Oh, this is different. Ew. All right. Well, when I first warped in, I warped in over there. There might be different warping positions every time. Maybe, perhaps. Let's test this one more time while we're here. Yeah, the last time I warped in, it was like at the docking stations there that were the bottom of the map. Maybe perhaps when you warp in, you are put in a different area. That's quite possible. And if that's the case, then sure, I like that. That makes sense. Much faster this time around. Oh, okay, so it's kind of the same. Yeah, when I first warped in, maybe it's the first warp in, because I was actually around this area. Which was actually close to what was shown there on the blog. Which will, here, let me put that up on screen here quickly. So when I first warped in, there's that picture of the Nova. Yeah, I was kind of around this area as opposed to where I was warping in now. So, interesting. Maybe that is the first warp in initially, maybe, but captains, it's looking great. I can't complain at all. It looks amazing, and the work that was put in this, you can actually really tell. Like I said, now we can take some really, really good looking shelfies, just like that one that we have on screen. So thought we would share this here on the YouTube and take this opportunity actually to say thank you, captains. As of the drop of this video, we have reached 4,000k subscribers here on the YouTube bridge, and definitely I think we found some like-minded captains and wouldn't mind to find some more. So if you're new here, consider subscribing to the YouTube bridge. So do us a favor, hit the like button, comment below, let us know what your favorite part of the new ESD update is, and let us know what other things that you may want to add here on the ESD. Actually, there's one thing I wanted to show out here, and I forgot before closing this video. Our good friend Mr. Crispers noticed this. I didn't notice it, but my good friend Mr. Crispers did. Shout out to you, sir. There was a little bit of a spelling error. Welcome to E-Earth Space. It is a thing. I don't want to wail on it too much, but it is what it is. Thought we would point that out. So there you go, caps. Again, thought we would just go over the new ESD looking amazing there. Again, one more time, hit the like button, comment below, subscribe to the YouTube bridge, and we'll leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.